My husband left me while I was pushing in the delivery room. And the photo I received in that moment showed his hand around my own sister's waist. A contraction split through me like lightning. I was in a hospital in Mexico City, sweating, shaking, my nails digging into the white sheet. Dr. Ramirez kept telling me to breathe. She said my baby was coming, that everything would be okay. But all I could do was stare at my phone, waiting for Adrian to walk through the door. I called him 6 times. On the 7th call, he answered. "Where are you?" I asked, biting my lip so I wouldn't scream. "The doctor says she's almost here." In the background, I heard music, laughter, and glasses clinking. "I'm closing something important, Rebecca," he said. "I'm on my way. I need you here." "Of course, my love. I'm leaving now." He hung up. But I knew that voice. It wasn't the voice of a man in a business meeting. It was the voice of a man lying. Minutes later, while they were wheeling me to the delivery room, a message came in. It was a photo. A terrace in Polanco. 2 glasses off champagne. Adrian smiling in his blue suit, and Lorena, my younger sister, pressed against him like she had always belonged there. The caption said, "To our new life. Sorry for being late." For 1 second, the entire world went dark. "Rebecca, I need you to push now," Dr. Ramirez ordered. So I pushed with my body breaking and my heart breaking even harder. I cried not only from the pain, but because my daughter was entering the world while her father was choosing my sister. When Rosita was born and placed on my chest, her cry was the only pure sound in that room. "My baby girl," I whispered. "It's just you and me now." That night, Adrian never came. He sent flowers with a cold little card. "Things have changed. We'll talk soon." I wanted to tear them apart, but I didn't even have the strength. The next day, I left the hospital in a taxi with Rosita wrapped in a pink blanket and shame clinging to my skin. Lorena arrived before I could leave. "I came to take you home," she said, wearing expensive perfume and a fake smile. In the car, she spoke to me as if she were doing me a favor. "Adrian needed a woman who understood his dreams," she said. "You were always too ordinary for him." I didn't answer. I had my newborn in my arms and my heart in pieces. When I reached my apartment in Iztapalapa, Adrian's things were already gone. He had taken his clothes, our photos, and important documents. On the table, he had left an envelope with cash and a note. "For the first expenses. You're strong." That night, I looked at myself in the bathroom mirror. I had deep shadows under my eyes, and dark patches were spreading across my cheeks. Later, the doctor said it was melasma caused by stress and hormones. But to me, it felt like my face was showing the pain my heart could not explain. For weeks, I survived on diapers, crying, and hunger. Adrian sent no more money. Lorena blocked my calls. The neighbors whispered. I walked outside with a scarf covering my face, convinced everyone could read my abandonment in the stains on my skin. The only person who knocked on my door was Dona Ines, a 70-year-old neighbor who arrived carrying chicken soup. "Eat, sweetheart," she said. "Tears don't feed anybody." She watched Rosita while I cleaned houses. One night, while searching for ways to hide me dark patches, I found makeup tutorials. I practiced until dawn. First on myself, then on neighbors with scars, acne, burns, and marks they had spent years trying to hide. That was when I discovered something. My hands could give dignity back to a face. Months later, an influencer named Valentina Barrera called me. "I need a miracle for a magazine shoot," she said. I covered a scar without turning her face into a mask. When she looked in the mirror, she cried. "You don't cover marks," she told me. "You give women their faces back." After that, my name began to spread. People called me the makeup magician of Iztapalapa. I opened a small studio in Roma Norte and launched a concealer line called Luz de Rosita. Rosita's Light. Then Adrian came back. He brought flowers, apologies, and eyes full of calculation. "I went to meet my daughter," he said. "And I went to help with your business." I looked at him and understood immediately. He had not returned because he loved me. He had returned because I was finally shining. That same night, a notification appeared on my phone. Someone had registered the name Luz de Rosita before me. The applicant's name was Lorena Salinas. I did not scream. By then, I had learned that some wounds require silence so you can think clearly. I called Valentina and my lawyer. The next day, Adrian asked me to meet him at an elegant cafe in Roma. "Lorena acted without thinking," he said, pushing an envelope toward me. "Sign this, and I'll make her withdraw the trademark." "Since when do you protect me?" I asked. "Since I realized Rosita deserves a family without fighting." I took the envelope without opening it in front of him. Back at studio, my lawyer read it and turned pale. "Rebecca, this doesn't protect your brand," he said. "It transfers the entire company to Adrian." I felt sick. That same afternoon, Adrian posted online that Luz de Rosita was joining Empresas Fuentes. He showed a contract with a forged signature. Lorena stood beside him in a white dress. Rebecca will remain as creative consultant, she told the cameras. My phone exploded. Suppliers cancelled. Clients hesitated. Then Lorena gave an interview, claiming he had stolen cosmetic formulas from a company where she once worked. You always copied my homework, little sister, she told me over the phone. Now you copied my talent. You never taught me anything, I said. Who is going to believe a single mother from Iztapalapa over me? Then she hung up laughing. That night, I came home destroyed. Dona Ines was waiting for me with an old box. A nurse gave this to me the day Rosita was born, she said. She said you might need it someday. Inside was a USB drive and a letter. The nurse's name was Elena Suarez. She wrote that she had seen Adrian and Lorena leave the hospital laughing while he was in labor. She had also saved the hospital security video. We played it on my computer. There they were. Adrian kissing Lorena in the hallway. A nurse begging him to go inside and be with me. Adrian looking annoyed. Then he walked away with my sister on his arm. They were laughing while I was giving birth. The rage inside me went cold. They didn't just abandon me, I said. They tried to erase the truth. Valentina squeezed my hand. Then the truth needs to come out where it will hurt them the most. 3 weeks later, Lorena announced the relaunch of Luz de Rosita by Lorena Fuentes at the Beauty Mexico Gala in Polanco. Celebrities, magazines, business owners, and live cameras would all be there. They believed it would be their coronation. I entered as part of Valentina's team, wearing a simple black dress with the US bidden in my bag. Rosita stayed with Dona Ines. Lorena walked onto the stage to applause. Tonight, we celebrate beauty, family, and truth, she said. Then she pointed at me. My sister Rebecca is here. I want to give her a chance to admit she used ideas that were not hers. A spotlight landed on me, the room began to whisper. Adrian was smiling in the front row. He walked onto the stage. My legs were shaking, but my voice was not. I stole nothing, I said. Lorena lifted a stack of papers. Then explain these formulas. Before I could answer, the lights went out. The hospital video appeared on the giant screens. Adrian and Lorena. The kiss. The nurse. The laughter. My labor happening at the same time as their betrayal. The room went dead silent. Then Valentina took the microphone. And now, she said, you will see how they tried to steal her company too. Emails appeared on the screen. Then the forged contract. Then messages between Adrian and Lorena. My sister's smile disappeared. I looked out at the room, and for the first time, I knew I was not alone. Adrian tried to leave, but reporters were already blocking the doors. Lorena stood frozen on the stage, clutching the fake papers to her chest as if they could save her. Valentina handed me the microphone. 1 year ago, I gave birth alone, I said. While my daughter was being born, my husband left with my sister. I thought that was the worst humiliation of my life. He was wrong. The worst humiliation was watching them come back after I had built something of meow, not to apologize, but to steal it. Noon spoke. Luz de Rosita was not born in a luxury laboratory, I continued. It was born in a small apartment, in front of a broken mirror, while I learned to cover the marks that grief had left on my face. Every formula came from my hands, from my sleepless nights, and from women who trusted when no one else did. Lorena tried to come closer. Rebecca, please, she whispered. We're sisters. I looked at her. You were my sister when I helped you with homework, when I lent you money, when I defended you as a child. But you stopped being my sister the day you toasted with my husband while I was screaming in a hospital. Adrian, trapped by cameras, raised his hands. This is edited, he said. It's manipulation. Then Elena Suarez, the nurse, walked onto the stage. She was wearing her white uniform and carrying a folder. I recorded that video, she said. I heard him say, I found something better. I am willing to testify before a judge. The room erupted. The gala organizers withdrew the award Lorena had expected to receive. The sponsors moved toward Valentina, not toward them. That same night, my lawyer filed complaints for forgery, fraud, trademark misuse, and emotional damages. Their fall was fast. Empresas Fuentes suspended Adrian. The partners distanced themselves from him. Lorena lost contracts, interviews, and the social media account where she had shown off her perfect life. The trademark office froze the registration until the dispute could be resolved. With my notebooks, receipts, production videos, and testimony from my first clients, Luz de Rosita returned to my name. But the strongest blow was not legal. It was public. Mexico saw the hospital video. They saw the laughter. They saw the truth. A week later, Adrian came to my studio. I did not let him inside. I want to see Rosita, he said. You will see her when a judge orders it, under conditions that protect her peace. I'm her father. A father is not a man who arrives only when smells money. His face hardened. Yuri taking revenge. No, I said. I'm defending myself. Then I closed the door. Months later, Luz de Rosita opened its first store in Coyoacán. On the main wall, I placed one sentence. Marks are not meant to be hidden. They are meant to be illuminated. Dona Inés cut the ribbon with me, crying more than I was. Valentina became my partner. Elena Suarez was the guest oftenor. And Rosita, with her black curls and curious eyes, clapped without understanding that everything around her carried her name. Many women came to the store with scars, melasma, vitiligo, acne, burns, and shame that other people had placed on them. I sat each one in front of the mirror and told her the same thing. I am not here to erase you. I am here to help you see yourself whole. I will not lie. There are still nights when I remember the delivery room, the vibrating phone, the photo, and the laughter. Some pain does not disappear. It learns to walk beside you. But now, when I look at my face, I no longer see my marks as punishment. I see a map. Every shadow brought me here. Lorena never apologized. She sent one message after she lost her apartment. You ruined me. I read it once and deleted it. Adrian tried to negotiate visitation with expensive lawyers. The judge saw his history of abandonment and ordered supervised visits. Rosita will grow up knowing the truth, but she will not carry me hatred. She does not deserve that. The last time I saw Adrian, he was sitting in a family visitation room, awkward in front of a little girl who did not recognize him. Rosita looked at me from the carpet and reached out her hand. Mommy, that word was me greatest victory. That night, after closing the store, I turned off the lights one by one. In the mirror, I saw the woman I had been and the woman I had become. The first survived by crying. The second learned how to fight. Both of them deserved respect. Because sometimes life breaks you at the exact moment you are giving life. And still, with blood, tears, milk, and rage, you can rise. You can create something no one has the right to steal.